Good morning, evening, and afternoon, and welcome to part 33 of Aokana,蒼の彼方のフォーリズム. First I want to mention that I feel like my sound has been a bit off lately. I'm not too sure why that is. I've noticed that my sound seems to be a bit lowish, or it doesn't sound correctly when I'm going through it in the editing. Then near the end it starts being a bit more clearer and more better in terms of the quality, I should say. So I'm not too sure what the reasoning is. Maybe it's just me, and maybe I'm just overthinking it, but this is a thought. So last time we were finishing off the little tag training session with the club members, where we had Misaki as the runner and Mashiro as the tagger, and it was an interesting way to see how they compared to each other in terms of their skills. I think we saw something similar when they were doing their flying practice, but at that time obviously Mashiro was a different style, and they were still a bit relatively novice to some of them. So we could see that Misaki can outrun Mashiro. Obviously Mashiro gets a bit too excited at some of Misaki's provocations. Well, not provocations, but more like bribing, I should say. Anyway. Then after that, we saw Misaki as the tagger and Asuka as the runner. And when I saw that, I was quite intrigued because we know Mashiro obviously just changing roles and also not being as experienced or athletic as Misaki or Asuka, but her being the speeder, you would think should at least try and just about catch up to Misaki. Obviously that's with flying circus and the shoes involved, but regardless. But then I saw how Asuka was actually able to outrun Misaki, and compared to that, obviously Misaki could nearly catch up to Asuka near the end, but we also have to take into account Misaki was exhausted as well. So there's a bit of pros and cons and ifs and so on that you can go about it, but I think it was a good training session to see how they each compare. And not only that, it was also just good running exercise for them. And then after the training session, I think it was the next day, on a Saturday or Sunday, I'm not too sure, but it was a day off, if I recall. Masaya was asked to hang out with Asuka. Obviously not at 8, but just a little thing that Asuka needed help with. At first it was a little walk or run with a dog. I can't remember if it was Asuka's or if she was just looking out for the dog for somebody else. I can't remember the exact wording, but yeah. Then after that, I theorized they were probably just going to go shopping. She just needed help, someone to carry and things like that. A cliche thing. But nope, instead they went to a cafe. And he got her a parfait. So I was a bit confused at first, but then it was clarified because obviously in a roundabout way he did bar her from eating too many parfaits in a sense. So this in a way was supervision in a sense. But it was an interesting, we're still carrying on, but so far it's been an interesting outing with Asuka, seeing more of her character. Could probably expect to see more of it, so not too sure what we can expect going forward. I'm sure that the main reason for her asking him is going to come up, I hope. Otherwise it'll seem a bit weird, in my opinion, but anyway. Anyway, for some reason my eye was just on this Yamada Pun, just bakery run by Yamada probably. Anyway, so what are they gonna do now? Let's see. Good question. It's not that late, is it? I check my phone and notice it's just past 3. Oh wait, she's asking what should we do now. So it's rather that she has need of him to do something now, or there's no other main reason. She's just asking what should we do now? What do you want to do, in a sense, like something extra added on top. So in a sense, the reason why she wanted him is gone and done, in a sense. So in a sense that is weird, because as mentioned before, it was more of a supervision in a sense, more like just it's just a seeing that he was not needed in her activities in this day, in a sense. Anyway, we've still got plenty of time before the sun sets, but not enough to do anything time consuming. We don't really have any reason to stick around here, so I guess we should just... I'm about to suggest we head home, but...
Oh.
Ah, and Misaki spots them. I actually just realized I didn't notice her outfit, in a sense. I didn't mention it, but after seeing Misaki's, I want to mention this is actually the first time we've seen them in their casual clothes, if I recall. Definitely Misaki's. I don't recognize the orange, as well as the necklace. We happen to run into a familiar face as we turn a corner. So with her saying oh, in a sense like that, the way she sounded, almost like they sound like they were just about to bump into each other, in a sense. And of course, Misaki not being the good one, the person you want to run into when it looks like a date, but it's not actually, but obviously she can take it differently. After registering our faces, Misaki turns around and tries to leave. Or I guess not, maybe she just doesn't want to get roped in. Hey, don't just run away, say something.
ちゃんと「おう」って言ったじゃない。
That doesn't count.
物言わずとも通じる仲じゃないの、私たち。
Why is talking to her always so exhausting?
まあいいや。とりあえずハローアスカ。今日はコーチのつきっきり指導？
Okay, I gotta touch harm in because, again, this does, as mentioned before, but interesting enough, the haro here, the hello, is in hiragana. I'm actually not too sure why that is. Interesting. I'll have to look that up later. I wanted to mention that we can hear hello in the Japanese, but they say hi there instead. Just a little thing. Private coaching is one thing you would think, but not at a shopping district.
はい、そうです。栄養管理的な意味で。
Well, true. It again mentioned as just supervision.
なんだって？射精管理？よく聞こえなかった。もう一回。
Did she? No. Sorry?
はい、そうです。栄養管理的な意味で。なんだって？射精管理？よく聞こえなかった。もう一回。
Yes, the beginning of the word she missays it here to try and trick Asuka.
栄養管理です。
Okay.
射精
Pause there. I want to just make sure it was this correct because this didn't seem right. I wanted to make sure that obviously they're trying to do this in English. They try and make it so that it's easier to put it in English, I guess you could say. So the nut here is not your normal nut. It's hard for me to really say because I don't like speaking about these types of things. It's getting it off in a sense, if you know what I mean. It's that type of nut. But yeah, that's what the thing in Japanese is, chasse. She said in the Japanese she was cutting it off slightly, the chasse. But if you just add the e at the end, the chasse, then it becomes a bit there. I just wanted to mention that. Quit messing with her, Misaki. And for the record, you're supposed to be on a diet too.
なんだって？
Well, yeah, she only mainly eats udon from what we can gather. Sorry?
なんだって？
So confused because I didn't understand why Asuka was having that face. She isn't eating junk food, is she? I'm getting worried, yeah.
美咲ちゃんはお買い物？なんか適当にぶらついてる感じ。お邪魔しちゃ悪いからもう立ち去るね。
Yeah, no, listen, Misaki, no one's buying a little act. If you've got nothing to do, come hang out with us.
そうですよ。一緒に行きませんか？誘導に乗らなかったか。まあいいや。じゃあ一緒に行こう。
I just wanted to mention that she actually goes with Ja Ishoni Iko, which is more like, sure, then let's go together. But in English, they mention by walking around together. So, in a sense, the Japanese was specifying that they can go someplace together, whereas English was just walking around randomly together. It's a little thing. And so, Misaki joins us on a stroll through town.
この3人で歩くのってなんか新鮮だね。ですね。
Mashiro and Prez are there doing practice, so it's usually a lot more noisy.
だよね。でさ、せっかくだからこの3人だけの思い出とか作ってみたくない？
With just us three?
いいですね。どういう思い出ですか？
After hearing Asuka's response, Misaki looks around.
そうだね。それじゃあ。
These types of things you would think of, like maybe taking a photo together, or having something to eat, or... Then she points at a certain place. Knowing from what she said earlier, and knowing how mischievous and type of person Misaki is, and what she was saying, for some reason, I don't know why, I'm thinking she might just point to a hotel.
若者のゲームセンター離れ。
Okay. I was just really pushing it. Not many people our age visit arcades nowadays. So what?
深刻なんだよ。それに消費税増税も乗っかって今やゲーセンはヤバいことになってる。
That is true. I can't even think of the last time I've actually even seen an arcade near my place. You normally just see those types of things at casinos nowadays. Thanks for the info, but get to the point already.
いやそういえばゲームセンターってあんまり入ったことないなぁと思ってさ。
Does she not want to be the one to suggest it, or makes sense? Most people play online games these days, or games in general, really.
アスカはこっち転校してくる前ゲーセンに通ってたりしてなかったの？あんまりゲームとかしませんから。あ、でもクレーンでぬいぐるみを取るゲームはしたことあります。つまりそのくらいしかしたことないと。
I used to really enjoy arcades myself.
やはり若者のゲームセンター離れは深刻なようだね。
I think another thing they can think about is, rather than just the age, it's more about the location. A town on an island, I don't know how... When I think of an island town, I think of more similar to a rural town in terms of faculty or facilities, I should say. A lot less than obviously a normal town would have. And are you any different?
私もアスカと似たようなもん。ここは若者らしくゲームセンターに行ってみるべきでは？
Why? I mean, you just said kids don't do that anymore.
いやー、前から入ってみたかったんだけど、女子の立場じゃ入りづらいものがあるじゃない？
Is it? Sure, it's mostly filled with guys, but I didn't see why that'd stop you. So you want to go to one together? And I think that would possibly be the case in the past, but I think these days, arcades, games, everything is becoming a lot more widely used, I guess you could say. It's hard for me to really word it correctly.
女の子を2人連れの両手に花状態でゲームセンターに行くのは男のロマンでは？周囲に自慢できちゃうよ。誇らしいよ。美少女2人と入るなんて、私が男なら感動で死んじゃうな。
So I was thinking the other again, because I feel like they changed it in the English show.
女の子を2人連れの両手に花状態でゲームセンターに行くのは男のロマンでは？周囲に自慢できちゃうよ。誇らしいよ。美少女2人と入るなんて、私が男なら感動で死んじゃうな。
So I think the ending just changed. The beginning was quite on point there, but the ending, the chance to walk around with two tens. Two tens, obviously I'm not too sure if that, because it's probably changed because of the different countries. So my thought on what two tens would mean could change. The only thing I'm thinking of tens, like two, obviously I'm guessing it's just the two of them, and tens, I'm just shooting in the dark here, but I'm just guessing this in terms of the size, but again, I don't know if tens obviously is different in terms of used differently here, because I don't recognize this term here. So, but in terms of the Japanese that is used, let me just go over again.
男のロマンでは？周囲に自慢できちゃうよ。誇らしいよ。美少女2人と入るなんて、私が男なら感動で死んじゃうな。
I'd be so kando. I can't remember how to pronounce it. I had to translate that correctly. Not proud. It's not proud. It's it's gonna kill me. It's more like I'm trying to think of. Okay, kando's like deeply moved in this thing, like you. Deep emotion. I can understand them trying to change this in the English. It is quite difficult to correctly do this without sounding a bit off in the English. Wow, ego much? I'm going all over the place here today. Okay, yeah. So, and rather than in the English, it's saying you're referring to yourself as a bijin, like a beauty, in a sense.
そこは多めに見るというか、価値基準を緩くしてさ。美咲ちゃんはそうかもしれないですけど、私なんかは。いやいや、そういうつつましやかな謙遜はしなくていいよ。ここはダブル美少女ということで、まさやに高く売りつけよ。
Who said I consider buying you? Besides, basically, you're just asking me to take you to an arcade, right?
何も知らないダブル美少女を優しくエスコートするなんて男の誉れだと思うな。
Surprised you could even think of the word like innocuous on the spot. I don't mind going, but what about Asuka? Already using a different word in Japanese, but I'm exhausted and tired.
お二人が行くなら私も行きますけど。
Fine, let's go.
わーい、ほらアスカも一緒に。あ、はい。
Being dragged along.
うわー、音がすごい。お祭りみたいだ。
Just as we were referring about how there's probably many guys and things like that in there, they showed two little girls. Doing Miss Arcades, it's actually pretty good, nice. It sounds like an old woman that's leaving her backwater village for the first time. Misaki is humming and God knows what as we reach the arcade. Is there a specific game you'd like to try?
ね
Isn't the punching machine right up your alley?
お金出してパンチするくらいならマサヤをパンチしてお金をもらうよ。
What are you, a mobster? What terms do they use in Japanese? Mafia.
床をペコペコ踏んで踊るゲームをしてみたい。
Oh, a rhythm game? Oh.
マサヤはやったことあるの？
Wouldn't that actually be pretty good for flying circus? Obviously not really, but like getting the movements of your feet correctly, I guess, and balance. Not too sure. I don't think rhythm and coordination is the same. I mean, not same, but I mean useful for them. I mean, once or twice. Some people get really into it, but it wasn't for me.
アスカは？私も前の学校の友達としたことありますけど、たくさん足を動かさないといけないので大変でした。
Right? Crazy. Crazy is the perfect way to describe it.
足が増えてしまいそうな気がして怖かったです。
That's pretty damn impossible.
よし、やってみよう。
Good luck.
頑張れじゃなくてマサヤも一緒にやるの。あれって2人同時にできるんでしょ？
You can, but why should I join you?
一人で台の上でジタバタするの恥ずかしいじゃない。私が周知でもだえるのを見たいというなら話は別だけど。
Not at all. Alright, I'll do it. I get on the platform and insert a coin. You okay with a simple song, since it's your first time at all?
お任せします。これって勝ち負けあるんだよね。
For some reason, I feel like she's not a beginner at this and she knows what she's doing. She just wants to screw around with Marcia and show him up. Yeah, why?
私が勝ったら何をしてもらおうかな。
More importantly, what do I get when I win?
いや、別に何もしないけど。
That's pretty one-sided, don't you think? Oh, whatever. Let's just get started.
よし、来い。二人とも頑張ってくださいね。
I guess not. Misaki hangs her head dejectedly. You did pretty well for a first-timer. She finished with the rank C, which isn't great, but clearing a stage on her first time playing is pretty impressive.
足がもう一本ないと無理だと思う。ですよね、ですよね。
Asuka nods vigorously to back up Misaki's words.
右、下、左、上とかどうやって踏めばいいわけ？理論上不可能じゃない？
How? It only feels impossible because you're trying to do it with one foot.
どういうと？
You gotta twist your hips and use both feet to follow the rhythm. The notes flow according to the beat of the song, so that's a lot more effective than just relying on timing and stomping around like a mad Hulk. Obviously, you didn't specify that in Japanese, I'm sure. Checking just in case, don't say anything wrong. Yeah, I didn't see anything. So the reason why I'm saying not Hulk, because they use Hulk with a capital H, which is obviously referring to the character Hulk. I'm sure. Because otherwise there's no reason for it to be an H, a capital H.
喧嘩とか言うな。リズムか。よし、もう一回。
Fine, but only one more time.
おー。
Asuka claps her hands.
前のよりずっとそれっぽいです。分かってきた、分かってきた。踊るように腰を使うわけだ。もう一回だけ一緒にやろう。
Look, you can just play by yourself.
対戦相手がいないと張り合いがないじゃない。それにマサヤの方が上のランクだし。
She puffs up her cheeks as she gazes at the ranks displayed on the monitor. I got S and she got A. Man, you really can't stand losing, can you?
そんなことないと思うけど。
Yeah, she's quite competitive. Seriously, you don't even know? Fine, we'll go again, but this will be the last.
わあ、すごいです、すごいです。よしよしよし、盛り上がってきた。
That's not good, because that just means she wants to go more. Misaki and I both got S.
これって SS はないの？
I would guess that would be a full combo. Oh, okay, not. No, S is the highest. Well, let's call it a draw, and the reason I'm thinking of full combo is I used to play Osu, rhythm game, sure, don't know if some of you know it. They use the same rankings, CBAS, triple S, and if you use modded, where you make it so certain notes disappear after time or some of the screen is hidden, to make it difficult, you get a silver S and silver SS. So yeah. Well, no, full combo doesn't denote SS. Oh wait, it does. I don't know. Anyway.
待った。曲のランクを上げよう。
What's got you so worked up right now? You know, it'd be nice if you were more like this during practice. Though I guess it makes sense that it's more fun for her since she's seeing immediate results and all.
そう固いこと言わないでよ。私がお金を出すからさ。
I can pay for myself. Fine, one last time.
ついに美咲ちゃんの勝ちですね。
But she doesn't look too happy.
ブー。
I can already guess what happened. He let her win. Why do you look so disappointed?
ちゃんと本気でやった？
Of course I was.
負けとかないとこいつはしつこいぞーとか思ってわざと負けたんじゃないの？
Well, I would think that, but I guess she just got better. No, I tried my best to beat you. Misaki's shoulders droop instantly.
マサヤってこういうとこで熱くならないタイプだよね。
I don't like making things about winning and losing. I'm actually guess that's incorrect for when he was younger. When he was young, when he was doing Flying Circus. Because from what I could tell from his past memories, he seemed like he was quite competitive himself. And obviously when he did lose and was quite a really bad loss, he just left.
コーチをやってる人がそんなのでいいのかな？
You don't have to worry about that. I tend to get all worked up when it comes to you guys. I'm just like this when it's about me. I guess maybe it's just a trauma now in a sense for him.
何かあったの？
Nothing you need to know.
そうですかと。
Misaki jumps down from the platform and shoots me a forced smile in an attempt to liven up the atmosphere.
じゃ、このゲームの王者は私だってことで。
King? What are we in some kingdom with just the two of us?
住人同士の揉め事が多そうだね。
You're the king, so deal with it yourself. I feel like the angles coefficient of that country will be stupidly high. I'm actually not too familiar with that Ingeru. I'm not too familiar with that term.
さあ、次はアスカのしたいゲームがあれば付き合うけど。さっきから気になっていたんですけど、あのクレーンゲームのぬいぐるみが欲しいです。
Huh, you mean one of those?
ああ、キモかわいい。普通に可愛くないですか？ほっぺのあたりがプリティで素敵だと思いますけど。
Asuka is looking at the local mascot. That's a local mascot? It's a coffee bean nearly. Mr. Shito. The Shito obviously comes from the city's name. Well, I wonder what Shito could also mean, because that's a weird mascot. Just fair, proper, life or death struggle, fingertip. I don't know. What kanji are they using for Shito? Okay. I don't know actually. I think it's using kanji for 4, because that's the kanji for 4. And there's a few kanji that look similar to that. It's either Shima, Uma, or some other kanji. Can't recall. Sorry for taking too long on this again. I don't like doing this, so let's see, what kanji is that? To Island, yeah, Shima. So the fourth island in a sense, Shito. So why does the mascot look like that? A lot of people think it looks gross, but once you get used to it, it does seem kind of cute. It's the kind of design that grows on you. Yeah, now that he mentions it, I thought it was quite weird, but now it is starting to get easier to see on the eyes.
ここは男の子らしく、マサヤが頑張って。
You're making me play again?
女の子が望む獲物を買ってくるだなんて、王子様とか王様みたいでかっこいいじゃない？
I thought you were the king around here.
お金は私が出しますから。
Don't worry about it. This will probably be pretty easy.
見ただけでそれがわかるなんてかっこいいね、アスカ。
So I don't get what the kingly behavior has in here. Kakui was obviously the very cool, yeah. But anyway.
はい、王子様っぽいと思います。
There was the king there. It was king-like. It was quite king-like there. King wouldn't be caught dead doing something like this. I say as I check contents of the claw machine. Figured they tampered with it. Plushies are laid out with a fair amount of space between them, which should make it pretty easy to get one. You try to grab one, can't grab it by the eyes, or the legs, or the tail, and you can try to go for the hooking the tag, the loop there, but with it being on its side, it's gonna be hard to do that. So you can only grab it from this, but because it's in like an oval shape, it will probably just roll out or tip out of the claw itself. So yeah, from the glance you can see it's pretty hard. I'm guessing hardly anyone plays this game. They probably put the plushes like that to attract customers. Okay, let's do this.
頑張ってください。
I just noticed now the Wadui Kami, or the evil god plushie from Mount Eat. Winning and losing, huh? If I wasn't so obsessed with that in the past, then maybe. No, I can't do this. Thinking about what ifs won't get me anywhere.
今日は楽しかったです。
I'm guessing failed? Glad to hear it.
私はここでお別れだ。
I wonder if something would have changed if we had chosen more of Asuka's route there. Well, I'm sure we'll find out later on.
また明日ですね。
Ashta, meaning tomorrow, not Monday, but tomorrow is obviously Monday. This is almost as if saying see you on Monday, meaning today is Saturday. But obviously Ashta meaning tomorrow. I can only guess that obviously it's Sunday.
マサヤ、
What?
マサヤに渡したいものあるんだ。
Why are you acting all serious now?
はい、これ。マサヤにあげる。私だと思って大事にしてね。
In other words, she doesn't want it, and she's just trying to pawn it off to Masaya. So I'm guessing he was able to get 2 of them. Keep it. I instantly shoved the Mr. Shito Misaki's holding out to me back towards her. I managed to get 4 of them in 2 tries. Wow. Okay. So I gave Misaki one.
だってこんなのあったら呪われそうだよ。そんなことないです。紫藤さんは優しく見守ってくれるに違いありません。これに優しく見守られるっていうのも怖いけど、だったらマサヤだと思って大事にしとく。
Don't think of that as me. Now that definitely sounds like a curse. Misaki looks at Mr. Shito and...
じゃあ帰ろうか、マサヤ。
Let's name him now. Don't give it my name. I feel like a curse creeping over me already. Misaki simply laughs at my complaints.
飛ぶにゃん。
That I can work with. Misaki activates her grab shoes.
二人ともまた明日ね。はい、それでは。
But I'm actually curious. I'm saying goodbye in Japanese is one of my favorite things in a sense, because it's the way they do it. So yeah, the mata ashita ne. So see tomorrow. Hi. Well then. Onja. So the reason why I'm saying this is you could just a normal thing that some people would think about is sayonara. But from what I was taught and what I've known, sayonara is more like saying to someone you probably might not see again or for a long time. It's a proper farewell, like a bye, a proper bye. But if you want to be more casual, more non-formal about it, or like dewa mata or jane or jamata or dewa, like yeah, sore dewa and jane type of thing. It's more of like see you later or see you another time. It's like you're saying bye now, but you'll obviously see each other again. It's one of the earliest things I was taught, and I actually quite enjoy that. Misaki flies off after giving us one final wave of her hand.
行っちゃいましたね。
Alright. was a little worried about how she acted after practice yesterday, but now I see that she's the same old Misaki. Something happened after practice? I'm trying to think now. There was something about the backflipping, but I didn't think there was anything weird. I'm honestly surprised she didn't know though. No, what? Oh, she normally never gets fixated on anything, but she really hates to lose. It's clear from the way she acts, but I guess she wasn't even aware. Weird. No, I feel like she might. We noticed that when she was flying on her own the one time, she was quite distraught about it. I think she's got a bit of a subtle knowledge about it, but I don't think it's obviously clear.
美咲ちゃん、元気そうで安心しました。
Isn't she always like that?
そうでしょうか。こないだの練習の後、ちょっとだけ落ち込んでる感じだったから、それが気になってたんです。私の気のせいなのかな。
Knowing Misaki, I can probably guess because she felt like she lost to Asuka and she didn't feel like she would do that, but it doesn't seem right because that was just normal practice. But again, we don't fully know Misaki yet, so it's hard to tell. No, you've got a pretty good eye there.
マサヤさんにもそう見えてたんですか?
Yeah, though it looks like there's no need to worry. Honestly, I'm a little surprised Asuka noticed. Or rather, I'm surprised that she's good at viewing things with a rational eye. We've just been going around having fun today, but that's a pretty useful find. Alright, let's head back now.
ですね。
I just wanted to mention, I really enjoy the way they make these backgrounds sometimes. A little bit off topic, but it's interesting because every single thing tends to catch my eye one way or another. One thing I noticed was these two in the background here, these two children. Obviously I couldn't see the bomb here, but I just saw her crying with it looked like a stick. The boy trying to comfort her with his ice cream. And obviously I noticed then as well that her ice cream had fallen off her stick. So it's possibly trying to comfort her by giving her his. That's actually quite nice. Asuka happily holds up the two Mr. Shito she got for me, then speaks to them. So I'm guessing the fourth one he has.
じゃあ帰りましょう、マサヤさん。
Again, don't name them after me. That was a nice little chapter, I guess you could say. Not chapter, but a little section. I spent my entire Saturday on a private coaching session of sports, so I'll go shopping on my own today. So it was Saturday? I don't know the time of events now. Because it couldn't have been Saturday either, because he said he spent the entire Saturday on a private coaching. Oh wait, no. Private coaching session of sorts. That does mean it was about Asuka. So why did they say Ja mata ashita in a sense? Ashita meaning tomorrow. Because ashita obviously refers to tomorrow. It's not like a saying Ja mata ashita as if saying see you later or see you another time. It's not saying that. From what I can recall. So obviously now he's going on his own today, which means this is Sunday. Okay, I'm a bit confused on that. Huh, weird. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here today. Yeah, wasn't too much happening today. I spoke a lot off topic and about the Japanese and the English. But yeah, we're going at a steady pace at this point. This is some side note as well. Obviously, some people have noticed. My uploads haven't been as often as usual. I didn't want to bore people with excuses, so there's various things happening, country reason, because of the country and things like that, as well as like personal things, the heat, so many things. There's some days where I just felt like recording that type of mentality isn't good. But yeah, so it's going at a slow pace, but I'm not really bothered. I'm going at my own pace, and that's good. As for the episode itself, it was alright. It really does feel like we hardly done anything today. But it was interesting to see the way they were going, the connection between the three characters, Asuka, Misaki, and Masaya, without Mashiro or Shion in the picture. I'm just thinking now. So they really are kind of pushing the aspect of Misaki and her competitiveness a lot lately. They had it during the training camp. They had it during Mashiro's injury. They showed it it was another time they showed it. I can't remember when. I just remember specifically that they had it. Then they had it during now. So they're really pushing it. They're trying to put in your face that she doesn't like to lose. She's competitive. But I wonder if that also shows that she's trying to improve herself constantly, and it did show that she was training on her own as well, which means she's also possibly pushing herself too much. It also makes me think, what was she doing walking around town as well then? Maybe she was just trying to distract herself, trying to change her minds on things. And that reminded me, they did specify saying that the training yesterday, which means that the training was on Friday, which means that their outing was on a Saturday. So again, confused about the ashta. Again, just the tomorrow aspect. Because if they're referring to the day after, it would be asate. I'm pretty sure it was asate. It's been a while since I've used that word or heard it. But anyway. So yeah. So if they're referring to Monday itself, it would be Getsuyobi ni. See you on Monday. Getsuyobi is Monday and ni is specifically mentioning on that day, so Anyway, about Misaki. Her character is quite mysterious. At the same time, they just keep throwing so much about her lately, and yet we still do not know much about her. Asuka, on the other hand, she's quite open about how she is, and when she's feeling differently in a sense. Surprised, happy, sad. Whereas it feels like Misaki's got a wall in front of her. Got that mask on. Which obviously we've seen before as well after the battle with Shindo. When she lost, she was still showing her that she was, damn, unfortunately I lost, but oh well, it's fine. But then we knew that she was quite distraught about it. Yeah. I'm hoping to see some of Rika lately, next time, because we haven't seen Rika at all. Or even if we've seen her, it was like a little snippet. Like the one talking about the tag thing. That was like a little, not even 5 minutes. So yeah, I already knew obviously Rika was the shortest and not as known route. So expect not as much. That just makes me think, how do they connect, in a sense, in their routes? If they just hardly show up. But I mean, they are using the private training sessions as a way, I guess. But they're not showing it, so... anyway. But yeah, not sure what we can expect next time. As usual, because there's not much mention about what's going to happen. Or even if they do, they might just skip over like the studying and the training and all sorts of things. I guess it's a bit of a mystery. Secrets for when that happens. So yeah, let's see you next time. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you all next time.